Hey guys, Matt Allen here. Welcome back to Tactical Bassin. Tim and I are so excited to take you guys back underwater today. After the last underwater videos that we did, we kind of sat down together and started talking. We realized that for ourselves, we learned more watching that footage. We learned more about bass behavior than we actually did when we were out there that day catching those fish. It's amazing what you can learn when you just watch how those bass move, how they position. It's incredible. So we kind of put our heads together because out here we're in the middle of a giant storm. Clear Lake's at flood stage. Everything is muddy. We can't go back underwater right now, but we remembered that we know a guy out here that is an amazing free diver, and he has some of the best underwater bass footage in the world. This guy, his name is Paul Young, world champion free diver. He's got several world records as a spear fisherman. I mean, he knows what he's doing underwater, and he has collected this footage. And we're not talking regular size bass. Now when you watch this footage, you'll see little fish, but these are spotted bass. First off, you need to know that these aren't largemouth, they're spotted bass, and they are literally the biggest spotted bass on the planet. Some of the fish that you're gonna see when you look at this footage are literally bigger than the world record. They are out there. He's got footage of them. They just haven't been caught yet. We're talking spots in that 10, 11. You're gonna see one that comes in from the outside edges, maybe a 12. Literally larger than the world record. They just haven't been stuck. But watching how these fish move, literally the biggest fish in the world, how they position, how they stage, when they work together, when they don't, you can take so much away from that and apply it to your fishing. So we're really excited to get to share this with you. Now down in the video description where we always give you those links to the baits we're using or the gear we're using, we're gonna include in there in this video Paul's information so that you guys can look at his Instagram account, so you can see his YouTube, because his footage is unbelievable. And we are very blessed that he let us use it to share this with you. What we're gonna do, we're not gonna put a lot of commentary on this. We're just gonna let you watch this for what it is. On the back end, we're gonna tell you what we learned from the footage. Hopefully you can share with us what you learned as well. We'll talk to you in a minute. Guys, we hope you enjoyed that footage as much as we did. Tim and I kind of put our heads together again. What did we learn watching this footage? And I'll tell you, 3 things stood out right away. The first is that these fish love to school. Spotted bass love to be in those wolf packs. But what fascinated us, part 2, is that it seems like when they get to a certain size, you know, when they're getting into like that 5, 6, 7 pound range, they might still stay around the schools, but beyond that, they were loners. Total loners. They just broke off the pack. There might be 2 of them together, otherwise they were completely by themselves. That is important information because when we're fishing for spots, so often you're fishing those schooling fish, and at least from this footage, it appears that those true freaks of nature aren't in those schools. They've pulled off. They might be nearby, but they're definitely holding off by themselves. That's really interesting information. The other thing that immediately stood out, and I'm sure you noticed too, over and over and over again, the biggest fish, whether it was a 4-pounder in a school of little ones or a 12-pounder out by herself, they were always in the deepest, darkest part of the shadow, up against that cover, buried in the shadow. And that's important information because when you're going out there fishing, if you've got the option to come down the edge of a tree or get right in the heart of that tree, it's pretty clear now where you need to be fishing. Those were a couple of our takeaways. There's going to be a lot more of this kind of footage that we're going to share with you guys in the coming months. But we hope you learned some things in this video as well. Hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more of this coming. And we'll talk to you soon.